फनी नहीं कर रहा कोई दुल्हन नाचने भी लग रहा है. So I met him in HSBC. He was a new joinee. I was already working there, so I was an intern turned into a full-time employee. So we met through basically office work, through work.
वहाँ से भले ये लो बड़ी बहन हो.
Pound
बहुत पाउंड किया पाउंड आ गया.
So when I first saw her, my reaction was like normal. Okay, I wasn't thinking much of that. So slowly and steadily we started talking. We started to get to know each other, and then my feelings started growing eventually.
वाला करो कर रही थी जो वाला खींचो आप कहीं रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं मेरा नहीं उसका खींच करो.
So the funny thing is, the first day when I actually met him, I asked him, "What does your wife do?" Because he was all like bulked up and everything. I thought, of course, like most of the people in corporate are usually married, and I was very young. Like I was working when I was 21 years old. So I thought like he's also married because he looked older than me. So after a very long period of time, like I never noticed him even after him being there, even though he was in my same team. On 26th January, he came in a kurta for the first time wearing Indian, and I was like, oh my god, where was he all the time? So that was the first time that I actually noticed him, and I was like, okay, I can go for this one.
She was already in that company, right? I joined, I newly joined. So she was my mentor at that time. She was teaching me how to get to know the process and everything. So that time, okay, bhai, this is how we do the work here. I was like, okay. Then one day, I asked her basically, do you want to go for a coffee? And that time she said yes. And from there onward, it's all started.
Like you mentioned about him being a bit mature in look wise, and then you felt that he might be having a wife already. So what was his reply to that?
He's like, oh no, I'm not married. I was like, okay. Started dating. He never proposed me to be his girlfriend. It started with, listen, ये मैं अभी के लिए नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, ये हमेशा के लिए है, तो उसका सोचो. Like he proposed me to be his wife for the first time, like when we started dating, not rather than being a girlfriend or something. So it started with that, and I knew that I'm going to marry him, and I said yes, because it started with saying that I want you to be my wife, not my girlfriend.
She's a very confident person, I would say. Okay, you make her sit in front of anyone, face to face. She will talk to them. She will not be nervous or anything, right? She will look into your eye right in front of you and she'll talk to you. She is very confident person. Yeah.
I go silent. I never say anything. I'm not like, hey, you did this to me, you did that to me. I'll go completely silent. And then he'll come to me and he'll like, बहुत मनुष्यत लग रही है यार, बात कर लो ना, बहुत मनुष्यत लग रही है. And then sometimes he'll just come silently like, पैर पड़ेगा, माफ कर देना. And I'll be like, my whole anger will go away and I'll be like smiling and like, क्या कर रहे हो तुम, छोड़ो ये. फिर I'll be like, अच्छा क्या खाना है बताओ. Strange dynamic. So this is like the cutest thing that we have among each other. I go like, I am somebody who's anyway loud, but when we fight I go silent. So it's something weird, and then he'll come and tell me. It's okay. I must talk. He's my calm. If he's there, he's my rock, and like I just have to hold him, and I'm good enough. And I'll go everywhere. I'll put my mind into several things, and he'll be like, focus one thing at a time. He's my yin to the yang, like that.
अब देखिए कैसी है दुल्हन नहीं पसंद आई करो घुमा लो
आया अच्छा मेरा फिल्म लोग काट दिए
इन दोनों में से शादी के बाद सबसे पहले कौन रोएगा? बाजी या आफाक?
This question. I told him, how would you describe me? He said, omnipresent. So I agree with that thing a lot. Like we are, even if we are not there for each other, we are present. Like mentally, like we have been in long distance from past 3 years. Like this whole relationship has been long distance because of the COVID and everything. But we have been present for each other. So it's simply like the one word is omnipresent.